Hey there everyone, Video Game Cabinet here, and tonight we are back with a review of Blasphemous that I played for PlayStation 4. Blasphemous is a 2D Metroidvania that released for PS4 and modern consoles in 2019. I decided to finally play through it myself this past week and reached ending B out of 3 possible endings with an 80% completion rating on my save file after about 18 hours of playtime. Blasphemous grabbed me right away with its gothic presentation, while its constantly expanding world and imaginative enemies enticed me to explore, even if some of the ultimate rewards for doing so were not quite as good as I had hoped. The swordplay in Blasphemous is fun but simple. Timing your parries and dodges adds some strategy, and there are a few extra moves to unlock, but it's nothing especially deep. You can activate special kill animations, but they are not necessary at all for taking out the enemies. The combat feels a bit stiff in general, but that's okay. Throughout the map, you are treated to various boss battles. All the bosses are beautifully drawn monstrosities that are a sight to see. Some of them were pretty challenging, requiring several hard-fought attempts, but there are others I was able to knock out in just 1 or 2 tries. By the end, I knew I was going to handle the final boss without much of an issue. Blasphemous is not an easy game, but it is nowhere near as difficult as any of the Soulsborne titles that it takes inspiration from. Furthermore, the penalty for dying is simply that your magic meter shortens until you reach the spot where you were killed, so it's not a big deal when you fail. You even keep all the currency that is used to upgrade your moves and items. In Blasphemous, you discover key relics that grant you special abilities to reach hidden areas. Invisible platforms can now be seen, long vines appear to climb, poisonous gas is rendered harmless, and swamp water will no longer slow you down with the right relic equipped. However, none of these platforming enhancements are necessary to reach any new region or reach the end of the game. They simply help you attain extra items and collectibles. It's a little disappointing. The visual style of Blasphemous is positively intoxicating. I love the detailed 2D pixel art, and all the bosses and enemies are depicted with such grotesque, ghastly detail. The ambient music and picturesque backdrops add to the atmosphere as well. I was not able to follow the cryptic lore of Blasphemous very closely, but I still enjoyed just breathing in the air of this nightmarish Spanish world set in the Middle Ages. The fighting mechanics are not the most varied or polished, and the reward for continued exploration to gain new items did not motivate me past reaching only one ending. I think Blasphemous is a solid game, but not a great one. I rate Blasphemous a 7.5 out of 10. And that's my review. Yeah, there's abilities that you can unlock to get different platforming type of things that you can do, but like they're not really necessary to unlock new regions or biomes or whatever of the map. So, you know, it just feels a little like extra if you want to unlock more endings. I think there's 3 different endings, but I don't know. Like I'm comfortable just reaching the one ending that I got, ending B. You know, I don't feel motivated to go unlock like all the little extra items to get the true ending or whatever. But, and there's a lot of side quests that are cryptic involving certain items that you have to take to certain spots on the map and blah, blah, blah. And it just seems like a little bit more trouble than it's worth. I do think this is a good game, but not necessarily a great one. I know it has its fans. I've seen some people on the internet say like, oh, this is one of the best Metroidvanias. I don't know what they're talking about. That's a little bit high praise. And I know that IGN and both IGN and GameSpot gave it 7s out of 10s in their reviews. I'm going 7.5. But, yeah, and, you know, I can see what they mean. I haven't listened to their reviews too closely, but, I mean, I think this is good, but not necessarily great, you know. I guess it has a cult following with some people, but, yeah, so, anyways, I'm glad I got this one off the backlog. It didn't take me too long, just about 18 hours. You know, and I got a good amount of some of the extra items, but not all of them that would unlock, you know, whatever extra 2 endings. And There's some DLC that I do believe it does come on this physical disc, because I got to a section that I read online was DLC. I did a little bit of it, but not all. Like I said, I had an 80% completion rating on my save file. So, but anyways, yeah, those are my thoughts. 7.5, good game, not great, solid. It's definitely not perfect. But yeah, those are my thoughts for Blasphemous. 7.5 out of 10, and have a good night.